COVID plans in nowhere to live by mother, seagulls, keto, serious backstory.
Cortana, you
Nuclear threats and auto-tune? Well, look no further. What you need is a revolutionary product called Framing the Problem Differently. Framing the Problem Differently is a new product designed to make all your problems go away. Is the problem really a flat tire? No, it's going to work. Quit! Now you have nowhere to go. Simple. Who needs a tire now? Too much traffic, COVID, too much COVID.
Bruh.
Plans with no will to live. Solid. My mother, frame or two. Framing the problem differently is a unique solution that eradicates the problem from the root. No solution, no problem. Try framing the problem differently. Available right about now.
Now Fest. Yay, so exciting.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all the wonderful viewers who have logged in for the day 2 of the Now Fest from all over the world. We are proud to kick off day 2 of the Now Fest with the man who brought behavior science to India, Biju Dominic, a pioneer of new thinking in India. In 2007, he co-founded Final Mile Consulting, one of the first firms in the world to use learnings from cognitive neuroscience, behavioral economics, and design. Today, as part of Fractal Analytics, Biju and his amazing team focus on behavioral architecture combined with the powers of advanced data analytics and artificial intelligence to power human decisioning. We are humbled and honored to have Biju with us here as he talks to us about the future of behavioral science. Over to you, Biju.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to whichever part of the world you belong to. It's great talking to all of you. Future of behavioral science. And it's a topic which I've been forced to think about for a long time. The first 18 years of my career, I worked in the advertising industry, several leading advertising agencies in India. And as part of my job, I worked on a lot of brands. I launched a lot of brands. I launched a lot of categories. I worked on possibly one of the most expensive brand launch that has to this day has ever happened in this country. But even as I was working in the advertising industry, I knew one thing, that I'm not doing a great job. Because a few years into the launches, some of these, or even few months after a campaign is released, when I used to look at the sales of those brands or where those brands are, I had never really found it. And I was always, actually did bother me, the humongous failure rate that was happening. And I knew the advertising industry wasn't too bothered about it, because the industry per se was having a good time in the beaches of Cannes and Goa. But I said, let me look a bit more deeper into this particular problem. And when I looked at the problem, I realized that the failure rate that was happening was not just in marketing, but the failure rate was there in, say, for change management program, the whole world of HR. The failure rate was 70 to 90%. The failure rate in M&As was close to 90%. And single significant reason as to why M&As fail is that people belonging to two separate companies can't work together. So overall, the failure rate that we've been having with the behavior or management of human behavior was humongous. And what surprised me is that whether it be the academia or in the practicing world, we don't speak about it. We somehow sweep this humongous failure rate under the carpet of made of whatever the rationale that we are actually bringing in. But I decided to go a bit more deeper into that. And as part of that, one of the questions I asked myself was, why is it happening? Is it because I'm not practicing the theory of human behavior in a proper way? Or is it that the theory that I'm practicing is actually wrong? And when I went a bit more deeper, I realized the latter is more right. Because the world of human behavior is actually being tried to be understood from different theories: behaviorism, psychoanalysis, cognitive science, transaction analysis, and there were independent theories like Maslow's theory and other things. So they were, as V.S. Ramachandran, the famous neuroscientist, said, there were as many psychology theories as there are psychologists. And yes, it's true. Each of those theories could explain certain facets of human behavior fairly well, but none of them could explain all aspects of human behavior in its entirety, which means the very practice of human behavior did not have a fundamental theory to rest itself on. No wonder we have such a humongous failure rate. And then I started looking and said, where is it that I actually can really find some fundamental basis for human behavior?